Gaffer, obviously a difficult loss last Saturday, but well behind us. You said you want to focus on the positives. Is that how this week's gone?
Yeah, we just focused on the improvement we had to make. I thought our general play was really good last week, certainly in the second half, but we didn't take advantage of the areas we had good possession in, and we didn't test the goalkeeper enough. So we've looked at that. We've tried to. We've shown the players where we can improve on that. We've obviously took the work onto the training pitch, but now, come Saturday, it's got to bear fruition out there. So, but as I say, the players, we know where we are, we know what we're capable of. I think it's about adding that improvement in as quick as possible, really, because the frustration at conceding the goal at the death was a sore one to take. But the frustration for me after the game was more to do with the periods of possession we had, that we didn't actually create enough in a game where away from home I felt we had enough of the ball to do that. So we tried to put the work in on the training pitch. The players are desperate to show that they can make those improvements, and Saturday's the next opportunity to do that. It's a tough game, as they all are, but it's another opportunity for us to go and show that we can win games at this level and win them well.
As you're saying, tough game. Exeter obviously had a brilliant start to the season. Tuesday night knocked off a good unbeaten run, and they'll be quite desperate to get back to at least an unbeaten run. How are you expecting them to come?
Yeah, look, Exeter have had a great first half of the season. It's there's some real good teams in this league, and we're nearly all the way through of playing everyone at least once. Obviously, we haven't played Exeter yet, so we'll see them for the first time. But we know of their talents. But for me, as I say, we've got to concentrate on ourselves and our own performance level. And for me, we know what we're capable of when we have our best team, we have the players in the best frame of mind, and that's what we've got to try and reproduce on Saturday. But we know week in, week out, regardless of where a team is in the league, in their position, that the opposition are prepared, they're motivated, they're fit, and they want to win games. So, that doesn't change from one Saturday to the next.
Luke, this afternoon, I'm not sure if you've seen, he's been nominated for Leeson.com Trophy Player of the Round for the second round. His 2 goals, kept his place last weekend. Yeah. Is he looking good in the team? The rest of the team looking good?
Yeah, listen, it's great for Luke to get that recognition. I think the 2 goals he got in that game were excellent finishes. I thought he played well last week again. I think we're getting to understand Luke more, as in how he plays his best football, how he looks the most threatening. It's always a thing that we have to concentrate on when we sign a player, and this is for any player and any manager. You sign a player from what you see when they play against you, or from analysis and so forth, but you never really get to know them until you work with them, and you have to see them for a period of time. Luke come in at the start of the season and unfortunately picked up an injury that kept him out for a significant period, but we're well aware of what his attributes are, but we also have to understand what makes him tick, and hopefully we're getting to know him a lot better. I think he's feeling a lot more confident and comfortable in the group and in the team, and at a new club. It's the first time he's lived away from home, for instance, and things like that. So these things take time for players to settle in, but I believe that we're seeing performances from him now that give us the confidence in when we signed him that we were signing a very good young player, and I think we're beginning to see that now.
And obviously going the other way this week, Shouts has gone to join Hartlepool. How are all of the lads, in fact not just Shouts, getting on loan? Been tracking them, keeping an eye on them? Yeah.
I went to watch Stockport against Solihull Moors a couple of weeks ago to see obviously Tom, Dev and Bees. Unfortunately, Tom was a sub who came on, but we're constantly tracking our loan players to see how they're doing. When we decided to loan these guys out, we did so with the purpose of them gaining more experience, of of improving their quality, their attributes, and playing week in, week out in good teams in the National League will do that. So, Shelts has gone out to Hartlepool, didn't quite work out for him at Woking, but I spoke to Dave Chandler a couple of weeks ago about what he was looking for, and they've followed that up with taking Mark Shelton across, and we think Shelton will do a really good job for them. So, we want all our players, but certainly our young ones that are out on loan, they're not out of sight, out of mind. We want them to go out there and do well and show what good players they are.
Thanks, Gaffer.
Okay.
Obviously, you've got 3 of the top 6 coming up in your next 3 fixtures. Is that a daunting prospect or one that you relish in?
We relish every opportunity we get to play football. I think you can't pick and choose your opponents. You can't disrespect anyone at any level by saying, "Oh, this will be an easy fixture," or "Actually, I'd rather play them." I think that's a dangerous mindset to have. So on the flip side of that, you can't be daunted or scared about playing the teams at the top end. So for me, I go into every game looking forward to seeing my team play rather than the challenge that the opposition brings. So for me, we're going to see our players playing against a team that's at the top end of this division where we want to be ultimately. So it's another test for us as individuals, as our team, to try and improve and follow on from our previous performances. But we'll only concentrate. You said there's 3 of the top 6. We only concentrate on the next one. It's important that we do that. But first and foremost, for me, our focus has got to be on what we need to do better as a team, regardless of what the opposition are going to bring. But you always pay respect to the opposition and in every single game, because there's a lot of good quality out there at all levels of English football.
And obviously, you've mentioned that there's been plenty of positives in your performances recently, but at the same time, it's over a month now since you last got a win in the league. Is that something that is bothering you, or?
Yeah, it bothers me every time we don't win. It's win this game to win games. So no, I felt we were on a real good run of form in the league up to, I think it was a Newport game, and then we stopped playing in the league for a few weeks. We had I think 3 cup games, over that, and some tough games in there, against Burton in League One team, and it probably just buffered our league form a little bit. So, but we've taken each game in isolation to analyse it, but to see where we need to improve. We're trying to put that in place, but whenever you don't get the win or a positive result, there's always a disappointment, a frustration inside you. That's what we're as professionals. We're here to win games. So when you don't, you have to work hard. Why? And try your best in the next game.
And obviously, last season we'd seen that. I think it's fair to say that you struggled over quite a tough winter period.
Yeah.
How's that experience helped you in preparation for this time around?
No, I don't think. Listen, I think when you're in league football, you're a manager or a player. Who goes through the whole season winning every single week? It doesn't happen. So there's always periods at some points. Sometimes they happen at the start, sometimes at the end, sometimes in the middle. But there's always a time where players lose form, or you get injuries or suspensions, whatever, and your form dips. So I don't see any reason to link last season to this season. It's a different level, different group of players, probably half of the group. But whenever you go through difficult periods as a manager, as players, you always learn from those experiences. So it wasn't particularly. It might have been done down to the weather and so forth last year with the deterioration in the pitches and so forth. With the style of play that we were playing. But you have to win games over 10 months, and that's the most important thing if you want to be successful in English football. You have to win games consistently over a 10-month period. It's not any one period of that season that creates success. It's the consistency and the longevity of a season, and that's what our focus is on, is where we are come April, not in December.
And are you confident then in the size of the squad and the depth of the squad that you can play to a consistent level over a hectic winter period?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. I think, listen, we've got the numbers. I think we've got we've picked up another couple of injuries this week and a bit of illnesses going around. So, there's a couple that haven't trained this week. So, and I do believe we've had quite a bit of misfortune with injuries this season. We've struggled really to pick the same side more than twice, I think, because of reasons like that. And but this is the nature of football. It's a grind. It's a marathon. You know what I mean? And there's loads of challenges come your way. But if you don't focus on the solutions to those problems and start feeling sorry for yourself, then you're in a bad position. So all we work on is the positive side of it. How do we fix these issues? How do we fix these problems? How do we come out of it in a better shape? So I look at our squad, and within that squad, there is a team there that can win games without a shadow of a doubt and win them consistently. So that's the focus for us all. But you've just got to win the next one. That's the thing in football. You can never go away from that. You win one game, you immediately think about the next one anyway, and it's always with a winning mentality.